was the person that would help me get ready for high school when I was young and would drive me to high school before I got my license. And she's been there to see me grow up, and I've been there to see her grow and see her mature in the Lord and be the awesome woman that she is. And she does a lot for a lot of people. She's very dependent, very dependable, very faithful. And I wanted to ask her for about 5 minutes, Anna, to share a little bit about her story to encourage you as women and even the guys here about who this woman is and how God's using her life. So at this time, put your hands together and welcome Anna.
Tonight.
Awesome!
Good. There's a really weird wet stain on the carpet up here. So we're just going to avoid that because that's weird and I don't want to touch it. So I've been spending a lot of time with the Holy Spirit just trying to ask him what part of my testimony that he really wanted me to share tonight. And I think the real, what I just kept hearing was the fight song and the fighter that he created me to be. I've been through a lot physically and in this world, and I've had the enemy try to take me out, over and over and over again, consistently, not just physically, but in my mind. Try to use the things that are happening to me physically and medically to take my mind and try and destroy me. And I think that that's the one place that as women especially, and even men, when things happen to you medically, that you allow yourself to be destroyed in your mind, and that's where the enemy really begins to attack you. So just some brief history. 3 years ago, I weighed almost 600 pounds. I had a surgery that allowed me to lose weight, so I've lost over 300 pounds. A year after that, I had cancer on my right ovary. I had a soccer ball-sized mass that they had to remove. The year after that, they found cancer on my uterus and on my left ovary, so then they did a complete hysterectomy. And then I spent a month in a nursing home with a really large hole in my stomach. And then I spent almost a year after that dealing with that, and then I had another surgery. I'm 36 years old, and I've never been married, and I've never had children. And then the doctors tell me that I have cancer, and that I have to have a hysterectomy. And that means that they completely remove everything inside of me that tells me that I cannot, or can have kids. So at this point in my life, medically, I'm not able to have children. So I spent a whole year with that becoming my identity. With the fact that I couldn't have children. And for everybody, there's a different story, there's a different event, a different thing that you begin to identify yourself with and begin to tell yourself that this is who I am now. So I became a 36-year-old unmarried woman who couldn't have kids. And I became somebody that men weren't going to want because I was no longer desirable. I couldn't give a man children, and I think that it's very hard to know that and to remember that there is a big God who has very big plans for my life.
Right, amen.
And in the middle of the emotions of dealing with menopause, which, by the way, most of you here are not there yet. Menopause sucks. Okay? You're either hot, really hot, or you're freezing cold. And you cry because a butterfly had his wings touched and now they can't fly. So serious, like that's what it is. Or you're just getting irrationally mad and well, why are you angry? Well, I don't know. If I could figure that out, trust me, I would get rid of the drugs so that I couldn't, I would just figure out why I'm mad and we'd move on with all of our lives. So, I had a lot going on, and it wasn't even until probably in the last 2 weeks that I just began to realize that I am not the woman who can't have kids. I'm not the woman who at 35 years old was stuck into forced menopause so that I couldn't get cancer ever again. I'm not the woman who thinks that men are not going to think that she's attractive. And I'm just being real. I mean, I know that there's men out here, but I am a very transparent person. I have been most of my life. I just believe in telling you like the truth, because I believe that the truth will not only set myself free, but will set other people free. Because I cannot be the only female on this planet who looks at my life and at my health and says, man, what I wouldn't change and what I wouldn't do differently and how I would love to go back in some time and just fix all this and maybe fix all that, and I would have done all that differently then so that maybe today this would all be different. But at the end of the day, I realized one very true fact, and that is I am but one thing, and that is a daughter of the King. And at the end of the day, there is such a purpose and a plan for everything that I have been through and everything that I will continue to go through in my life. And that the path that's set before me, I have only to decide to follow God and to choose his path in order to have the blessings and the promises for my life.
Amen.
That's it.